Now there's no money.
There we go.
Okay. So we've titled it "How Not to Be an Asshole," but Denise is like, no, being tactful and professional.
We're
Too
gonna.
late, Denise. Too
There's
late.
two sides always. Like, hey.
Okay, so, and if you think we're going to discuss just one incident that happened, you'd be mistaken on that. Okay. There has been, I don't know if something's in the water the last couple of days, but
It's the full moon.
is it the full moon?
It was. Maybe it may have started around the full moon.
And like Venus and Mercury are both in retrograde and things.
Okay. So,
Things. Yes, I like that. Things.
all right. Couple things too, and Chris is going to be sorry she's missing this. Because this is kind of like right up her alley. Michelle will be. Go ahead, Angie.
My weird facts, actually, there's a pause in there specifically for Chris's laughter. Because I know when I read that sentence, she's going to go, but she's not here.
But she's not here. Okay. Michelle is not here either because she has an event with her husband. And honestly and truly, she's probably the most, what's the word I want to use? Diplomatic of all of us.
She is. She knows how to do words very well.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Michelle has okay. So when I was a teenager, I had a saying on my wall. It said, "Diplomacy will get you out of what tact would have kept you out of."
Yeah.
So, you know,
Hey, Kayla.
I tried so hard to remember that. Michelle has that like all over her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She is so tactful and yeah, I try. Literally give it my best, but sometimes.
Okay. So one of the points we really want to make. Now, first I want to talk a little bit about teaching because the three people that are here, we are educators. Okay. And while there could be a lot of discussion on how to teach, all right? We all have our different ways of teaching. But there's one hard, fast rule that you should not be doing. Okay. And that is not making your students feel like they're stupid or bullying them or any of the things that's
judgy.
What was that?
Judgy. You should not. Yeah, you should not. Yes, they should not feel judged.
No, because I can remember. I teach cat grooming. Okay, and I will tell you, if I went back and saw myself grooming that first cat, I'd be mortified. I didn't know any better, right? And that's okay because I learned things to make me a better. That's what continuing education is for. And I've had good, and regardless, I've had really great instructors, and I've had instructors I will never take a class with them again. Okay. Okay.
We are given the gift of people who want to learn and do better
Yes.
in our classes, and we should respect that. And I do respect that, and I'm very grateful for that. Like, they're there for a reason, and it's because it's the same reason why I did classes, and I still do. Well, I don't know anything. I don't know everything. You're always going to learn things, and I love that everyone who takes the classes are just looking to expand their knowledge.
Yeah.
And we are all pet professionals. And as such, we should have respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that said, and there was a post I saw earlier saying, I'm not going to identify the group or anything like that. But basically it was, I'm going to paraphrase. I've been teaching for over 30 years. I know everything. You know, did you see that one?
I was like,
Oh, I think I saw that one. Yes.
it was like it came up as I opened my Facebook, and I was like, dude, that is exactly why no one, it's wow.
I don't understand it. I will say this, and I get very passionate. I don't understand how we can be so judgmental in an industry that is not regulated with no set standards.
Thank you.
Okay, got that off my chest, because that is I can't stand when people say this is the only way. It's not regulated.
No,
It's not regulated. There's no standards, no set standards.
no. And
So-
if you're literally punching down someone's throat that you have to do it my way, you're stupid. Da, da, da. That is not how you teach anybody anything.
No.
Other than how you teach them how you are an asshole.
Well, yeah. And like I said, again, I'm not going to name the name, but I can remember being a brand new groomer. And this is why I love Suzeko so much. Okay. Because I'm taking classes at Groom Expo at Hershey. And I took a bunch of classes and I see Suzeko in the hallway. And I had a question and she was so nice. Come walk with me. I'm on my way to my next class. Let me answer your questions. I, to this day, love her. Suzeko can do no wrong. I'm just telling you that right now. Okay. But it also gave me the courage to go up to another person that I took a class with, ask the question, and boy, she shut me down. If
I've had both
I
experiences.
paying attention in class, I would know the answer to that.
Yeah, I've had both experiences. And I make sure in my classes that I say, if you have any questions, please talk to me after class. Talk to me in the hallway. Talk to me at the trade show. Talk to me at the restaurant if you see me later. If you see me jogging down the sidewalk, going back to the hotel, and you have a question, ask me. I will stop. I will tell you whatever you want to know.
Hey, listen, I'm just going to say, if I'm jogging, I'm running really, really late, you will have to jog with me.
That's fair. That's fair. And sometimes that isn't the case. But talk to me. I will tell you. And so my assistant of 24 years, Angie, was just down here in Florida for a week. And like she said to someone when we were down here, when she was down here, she's like, oh no, she'll tell you the answer in greater detail than you ever thought anyone could ask for or tell you or you'd want to know. She's like, she'll tell you all of that, but it all makes sense, she said. So
right. But what I find is those that tend to be an asshole to other people really are fairly thin-skinned themselves.
yeah.
So they can dish it out, but they can't take it.
Yeah.
And I just want to say something about Fight Club now, as it's called. Where
I still think it's funny.
Okay, it's not trash talking anybody. Okay, it's sometimes, but it's it's fun. It's open discussion. literally the discussion that started out today when I opened up was don't use Dawn. It was Dawn is not a shampoo. And then it'll just fly from there. It's
Oh yeah.
open course.
Right.
You know that's going to start a fight.
Yeah.
Every time you
Mhm.
someone posts that, it's just I don't have a bell in here. I wish he did, but it's basically ding 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 round one.
Uh-huh.
And there's going to be those that use it, those that don't. I'm okay. I admit, every time that thread comes up, I post the graphic I made that says, if you use Dawn in your salon, I ask you to please post this. And it's a picture of Dawn, and on it, it's I proudly use Dawn in my salon.
Okay. I'm gonna say what my favorite comment is on that thread. All right. Dogs are not baked on ziti.
Say that again?
Dogs are not baked on ziti.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Okay. But anyway, so it's not this. It's not a trash talking. We're all talking behind your back. Is not it at all.
No, it's just open. This is my opinion on
Yeah.
this.
It's
And, you know, my opinion on Dawn is if you use it, post it in the window letting customers know.
yeah.
Mhm.
Even though
Yeah.
Chris is not here, she and I had a discussion earlier today. Right. I can remember many, many, many years ago, I got into it with somebody on a national bully awareness or something like that day because she was a big bully in the industry. And she posted something about, because somebody else posted on their timeline that today's National Bully Awareness Day. And she was like, oh, yeah, nobody should bully. And I just snapped. 200 comments later, it was all over and done with. But it was the equivalent of like a bar fight. And then afterwards, we're like, dust ourselves off. Hey, we're friends again. We're still friends. And it's, um, I think a lot of women have trouble doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of not taking things so very personal. There goes Cecil. But I grew up in a very loud household. I blame my brothers for this. Stepping over them as they're doing a fist fight in the yard, and then going back to working on the car 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do.
Right. So I think sometimes what comes out of your mouth shouldn't be the first thing that comes out of your mouth.
I have my old receptionist. Her saying is first thought is always wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, first thought is wrong. And then she reevaluates like, what the first thought's going to be coming out of her mouth. And that's a really good one. Like usually first thought.
I had to fire a client, and I didn't fire a lot of clients, and I was mad. I was really mad. And I rewrote the email 5 times before I sent it out. First one was extraordinarily unprofessional, but it got all the anger out.
Sometimes you just have to do that just to get rid of all that ick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I have a rabbit certification program, and sometimes I get videos of newer rabbit groomers, and they're just starting this out. They took level 1. It's been a while. They started level 2. They didn't really watch the video, kind of forgot what level 1 was all about. And I'm 2 minutes into the video and I'm going, go you, what are you doing? That's how you kill a rabbit. And this is the video for their certification. And I have to tactfully redirect them. Please revisit the classes. I don't, maybe it's been a while since you've seen them, or I'm not sure what happened. But you're doing all the wrong things. You shave the feet, you trans the bunny, you're cut off the whiskers.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these things can kill a rabbit. And it's like, I can't.
All right, as long as you weren't an asshole about it.
It wasn't. I was like, you really need to just review the class again and start with level 1. Because, I know it's been a while since you took it, but if you go review it, I think you'll understand where you made the mistakes. And you can redo this, but unfortunately, I can't pass you on this.
Everyone wants to be treated with respect and talked to in an adult human manner, right? We all want to be treated like human beings and that we have feelings.
Yeah.
And I really feel that the people who are assholes, obviously they long to be treated that way, and somewhere in their lives they weren't.
Mhm.
And that's what they learned. And it's like generational trauma passed on down. And, but they choose to stay there instead of learning how to. So like, I understand that there's that side of it, but everyone wants to just be treated with respect and kindness and empathy.
Because I know a lot of people that grew up in.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a choice. It's a choice to still treat people that way.
Yeah.
It's a lot more work to get out of that, which a lot of people just don't put in, or maybe they don't see it, which is sad. But
Hard to say.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on that note, so anyway, teaching is one of my very, very many soapboxes. Okay, and they're all lined up over here, Denise. We'll pull out another one for next week. But again, treating all around people with respect. If you want people to learn, if you want people to change, right? If you have a valid point, then you can get your point across.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I am hardly the groomer I was 20 plus years ago, and that's because I've had mentors and people who had patience with me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, you get seen with a group of people, right? If you're standing on your box screaming and yelling and belittling people to get your point across, you're one person shouting.
Yeah.
But when you actually start working with people who are like-minded and you treat people with respect and you grow your circle, now you are a group of people with the same voice, and you can get seen and heard a lot louder and a lot faster.
Yep.
All right, so what else we want to talk about? I'm really sad Chris is not here.
I know. Well, and you'll know exactly when she was going to get the giggles in my weird facts.
You know what? Let's talk about getting education from different sources.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a different perspective. I literally have taken the same business class, okay, over and over again, and I've learned different things from different instructors because they have a different perspective, or what it is that they thought was important that maybe another instructor did not think was important. So going to as many shows as you can, taking online education is really easy these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Angie has Positive Ed.
Yep.
Denise has the Ambitious Groomer, which congratulations on your new site.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And there are other places. There's podcasts, there's books. There's just so much out there, and you can pick and choose what resonates with you and what it is that you need to learn. I mean, you could take a class one year, take the exact same class the next year, with the exact same material, and still take something different from that class because your needs were different now a year later. So anyway, with that said, we have some upcoming trade shows.
I was going to say, it's funny that you say that because at Intergroom, I will be doing my Elevate Your Customer Service class. And Samantha Palia, she has how to enrich your customer experience.
Yep.
And the last trade show, well, it was at PetQuest. We actually had those two on the schedule. And I think we were almost like one right after another. And we teach completely different things.
Yeah.
It is completely different. Like my take on elevating your customer service and Samantha's take on her customer service, two completely, and they're both really good.
Yeah.
Right. So like if it's a customer service one, you should go and see different ones, or any of those. Like pricing is another one that you see a lot of and offered at the shows. But like, nope, each one is completely different. And each, I know you guys are like me. Every time you speak, I sit there beforehand and I like revisit my slideshow and I update it. And what I went through when I made that has changed, and I've learned new things, and that gets added in there.
Yep.
Every time.
I mean, Denise and I did a dueling workshop for a fundraiser.
I love that one.
And
my favorites.
It was the same title. It was like, "Are you ready to start your business?" Right? Something like that.
Think like a boss.
Think like a boss. That was it. Okay. And it was two totally different workshops because there were things I thought was important and things that Denise, I really enjoyed yours.
I enjoyed yours too, which Angie, that's a really fun, it was a lot of fun. So I don't know if you could work that into a summit, but that was really cool. Like to have just everyone's different, like our different views on it, but we had the same message, but like completely different ways about it. Yeah.
So really I like that.
Intergroom is coming up. All right. Mm-hmm. And then after Intergroom, the next show is Tacoma. So East Coast, West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And then
St. Louis is at the same time as Tacoma.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Same weekend. Yep.
So you don't have to go to every single trade show, but you should budget it. Again, this is where business classes come in. Budget continuing education. And figure out how much it's going to cost for you to go, including travel, time off. And Amy Lynn Laramie says there is South Florida grooming show too. Yep. I've not heard that one.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, Amy will be at that one because she's competing.
All right. So we need a little information on that, please. I'm not
Amy.
Yeah, Amy.
All eyes on you, Amy.
Type faster.
Yeah, it's new. Yes, it is new.
We got that. All right, so just a little information: the day, where it's being held. Is it? Does it have vendors? Does it not have vendors? Is it educational only? Because I think
there will be competitions. She's competing in wires, so there will be grooming competitions.
So where in Florida?
I love all of these new shows popping up.
What was that, Angie?
I don't remember.
It's a one-day show for competition with vendors. Oh, it's at a dog show. And I think that's a really underutilized place to do grooming shows in West Palm Beach. Okay. So there we go. There's another one. All right. There's now 2 Rocky Mountain, Colorado shows.
U.S. Petro Classic is coming up in June.
Yeah. RX Groom, and there's the one in January. So Windy City. Windy City.
Myrtle
There's
Beach is trying to start one. There's someone in Myrtle Beach trying to start one.
There's one in Virginia, same
Oh, yeah,
time
I
as
saw
US
that
Pet Pro.
Mm-hmm.
so, now I will be the first one to say what is not on my bucket list is to put together a trade show.
Mm-mm.
I will never do it. Okay, so Amy says the judges are AKC judges, so it's a different take, and there's at least one class with it. Okay.
I'm not gonna. Oh, go ahead.
AKC judges meaning AKC show
Yes.
judges, which they expect a different like grooming competition standard is somewhat different than AKC because you want to see somebody picky about a haircut. AKC judge is going to be like, nah. And they know what that dog is supposed to look like. Like, oh boy, there is no question that they know the breed, the standard, the haircut, the everything. So,
hey, Laurel, I got to meet Laurel at Groomed very, very briefly. Like everything I did at Groomed, if you saw me, unless I was teaching, it was brief. I saw Amy too at Groomed.
I was there briefly.
I think I
I would
passed.
say you were in and out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in Thursday night, taught Friday, left Saturday morning.
Yeah. No, I think we just passed by each other. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm looking for somebody. We're pointing in different directions.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Running. Yeah.
All right. So we're coming up to our half hour.
Weird facts.
What's that? Weird
facts.
Weird facts.
Angie's Weekly Weird Fact.
Okay. So move this box needs to move. Can't. Okay. That is not helpful.
Yeah, Groomed was a high-paced show. I was glad it wasn't huge because I actually got to see all of the vendors and even talk to the people that were, I think with the exception of one, that were must talk to. What's the matter, Angie?
Okay. So female kangaroos can suspend the development of their joeys in a process called embryonic diapause, allowing them to pause their pregnancy. They can just like time out. We'll finish this in a few months. So like the expected maternity time. So, okay, so imagine being able to go, okay, a normal gestation for a human child is 9 months. I'm going to stop midway through and I'm going to push it out a year because I need to finish college. That's a thing. And so they can just time out on the pregnancy. We'll get back to this later. And then finish down the line. How cool is that? That's crazy.
I bet humans would have liked that particular trait.
Right.
Carl, it was my absolute pleasure. I love to get to meet people at the shows because, especially at the WPA shows, I'm doing 3 days of classes. I'm coming up for air. Ashley, as usual, is in time for the weird animal fact. I can recall in high school. Okay, let's go back to the Stone Age. So I was in high school, and one of my friends was pregnant during her senior year. She graduated. Nobody knew she was pregnant. Literally, the day after graduation, she just popped out.
Okay. So kangaroos are unable to move backwards due to their large, powerful tails and structure of their hind legs. So they actually can't back up. They can move to the side and turn, but they can't back straight back, which I thought was kind of crazy, but they can't. They are predominantly left-handed, and their tail acts like a fifth leg, which allows them to stand on their back feet,
Angie's Weekly Weird Fact.
and it helps them propel forward up to 25 feet in one hop. Dude, 25 feet. Just boing.
All right, to answer Laurel, yeah, that's after they're born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the weird fact for the week. And I figured the fifth leg would make Chris just crack up.
Yeah.
It would have.
Yeah. So
Okay, so on that note, we will be back. Most of us will be back next week.
Mhm.
I don't even know what's the date.
Ooh, I forgot. I may not be here next week. We're going to Nashville for spring break.
Oh,
Nice.
no.
Mhm.
What's next Monday? Tuesday. Nope, I'll be here.
25th.
25th. All right, so we'll see everybody next week, and maybe have more kumbaya topics to talk about. How's that?
Not everyone's an asshole topic.
Not everyone else.
Don't be an asshole. Sorry.
Okay.
Don't be an
Or not to be an asshole.
asshole.
All right, so on that note, we will see everybody next week.